Hey guys, I'm Cody, the editor behind Past Life Pro, and for this Minecraft shader tutorial, I'm going to teach you all about the Miscellaneous tab for the shader.properties. Though, as the title of this video reads, you'll most often see the Miscellaneous tab represented as screen.MISC equals star in the code. Naturally, I'll be teaching you how to code that sort of thing into the game. Now, for those who have been subscribed to Past Life Pro for a while, I am aware that I have touched on this video topic in the past, roughly 4 years ago for the SUSV 11. However, not only was that 4 flipping years ago, but this sort of thing is not limited to just the SUSV 11, not by a long shot. Any shader can take advantage of this, as you'll see. My friends, let's get started right away. Navigate to and open the shader.properties for whatever shader you are using. And yes, if you're new to seeing this workspace, then you will soon be enlightened. Feel free to check out my tutorial via the card above on understanding the code behind the shader.properties. That will quickly get you right up to speed. Alrighty, the Miscellaneous tab. The purpose of adding one of these bad boys into your shader has to do with this single quirk. In all shaders packs, there are likely to be lines of code that were set up via the shader developer to be read by the shader options menu. But alas, they were never assigned to any specific settings tab using the shader.properties. Maybe the shader dev set them up and just forgot about them, or more likely, perhaps they were never something that would fit into a specific tab. Fair enough, things like that do happen. Well, for your benefit, the Miscellaneous tab will allow you to see all those secret settings. So yes, hidden treasures for those who know where to look. Any effects code that hasn't been assigned to a group will show up here, and who doesn't want more settings to play around with? Good. Now that we've discussed the purpose behind having a Miscellaneous tab active, let's dive into how we'd code in one of these into Minecraft. For this tutorial, we'll be unlocking the secrets hidden within the Chocapic13 V9 EXTREME, of which I had just figured out had released, so I decided to use this instead of the V8. Cool, let's do this. For creating a Miscellaneous tab, I'd be expected to write screen.MISC equals star in a blank space of my choosing. I can put the code anywhere I want, though for myself, I'm going to add the code to the blank line 44. And then for good measure, I'm going to add a blank line underneath so things don't look all messy and hard to read. Screen dot must be included for the tab to show up in Minecraft at all. For MISC or MISC, this is a common name used to describe the tab. You are completely within your right to change MISC to whatever name your heart sees fit, though for myself, I'll be leaving it as is, and I'd actually recommend you do the same thing. If you wanted to change the name to one like Miscellaneous tab, then you'd need to type it with an underscore between the two words. Ain't nobody got time for that. We'll be using the en_us.lang to change how this name appears later in this tutorial. If you haven't heard of the en_us.lang, then I'd recommend you check out my tutorials touching on it via the card above. Equals, that needs to be there. And then star. This star right here indicates that we are after all those settings that haven't been assigned anywhere yet. Awesome. Now, before we're done with the shader.properties, there's one more step to this. We created and added in the MISC line of code, but we haven't yet assigned where to put the MISC tab in the menu. Well, for myself, I'm going to put the MISC tab on the first page of the shader options menu. So, I'm going up to the screen equals line of code and adding in within brackets MISC. If you did choose a different name instead of MISC, then add it in here. There can't be any spelling errors, so double check. I put MISC at the very end of the screen equals line, and with 3 empty texts surrounded by less than and greater than signs off to the left. This will set the MISC tab off to the side and away from all the other tabs, which I think is a smart choice. Let's check this out in Minecraft. Save the shader.properties and refresh the shader to see what has now been coded in. The tab reading MISC is now present, and if I click on it, you'll see all the settings in the V9 EXTREME that haven't been assigned anywhere, all ripe for your input. Now, I think it's worth noting that these settings may have not been assigned anywhere because perhaps they weren't functioning correctly. It is possible, so keep that in mind if you find a setting that isn't working like you believe it should. Okay, you absolutely can leave the MISC tab the way it is, it most definitely fulfills its purpose quite well. But hey, for myself, I want to instead have the MISC tab read Miscellaneous tab, with a space between the two words. Also, if you rest your mouse cursor over the MISC tab, you'll find that there is no description describing it. In addition to the name change, I want a description to be present too. Time to get to work. Navigate to and open the en_us.lang. For myself, there isn't one present in the V9 Extreme, so I'm just making one real quick, as you can see. If you also don't have one in your shader, then you can do what I'm doing here as well. Inside the code file, I'm going to type out screen.MISC equals miscellaneous tab. I basically just copied everything from before exactly, though with the star sign after the equal sign. I added miscellaneous tab, but for yourself, your choice of name is completely up to you. Now, I'm gonna set up the description. I'll type screen.misc.comment equals 4 settings that are not assigned to any specific menu tab. They will go here. My friends, feel free to type any description that pleases you. Let me know if you have any questions. Save, and let's check this out in Minecraft. As you can see, the new name has been added in, as well as the chosen description. My friends, thank you for joining me on this tutorial about getting you to understand/code in the Miscellaneous tab for Minecraft. Stay tuned for next Friday, where, most surprisingly, there will not be a shader tutorial, but instead a cinematic gameplay video, sort of like my A Walk in Survival atmospheric cinematic of 2 years back. Card is above if you want to see it. My friends, surprise teaser incoming right now for what is coming next Friday. I'll leave it up to you to decide what kind of cinematic video I aspired to create, though here's a little something to reel you in. SUS PTGI E12, which means Sonic Ether's ray tracing, is the definite star of this show. So enjoy the teaser. Everyone, hope you enjoyed that teaser of what is to come. Stay tuned for next Friday where I'll be airing the full video. You won't want to miss it. Hey guys, thanks for watching this Minecraft shader tutorial. If you appreciate my work and want to support me financially, then consider supporting me on Patreon. More Minecraft coding tutorials are on the way, coming every week Friday. Though in the case of next week we got a cinematic, so not next Friday, but the Friday after that, we'll be back to it. So if you don't want to miss those, then do hit that subscribe button. It's free. If you have any suggestions for future videos, then let me know in the comment section down below. Anyways, I'm Cody, and this is Fast Life Pro, where creativity is always a part of my life as it will be for yours. Alrighty, see you guys.